Okay, Bezat Hashem, we're back at the Limud in Bet Knesset Maor Tzlach Erev Shabbat Kodesh Pshat Mazliach. No politics. Okay, we got today is the 19th of the month of Kislev. Put it maybe on the chair. Don't forget it. 19th of the month of Kislev, which is Friday, the 6th day of the week of Parshat Shabbat. Vayeshev. So Vayeshev Yaakov, right? And just quickly, those who heard, those who didn't hear, Halachot, the Sefer of Musar tells us that Yaakov was trying to conquer the land, not by fighting, by Limud Torah, and he did not succeed. He did not teach his children properly. What was the failure of Yaakov? That he didn't teach his children properly. One little nikuda, one little misstep was the fact that he showed more prevalence to one child over the rest. Even though he gave the whole Torah Kula to all the children, but since he was lacking in a little mamish, like a strain of hair in respect over one child over the rest, so his limud Torah was weakened because now the learning was a little bit not in the same level. But had he achieved that level of teaching Torah properly and learning Torah properly to his children, Moshe Amber says that we would conquer the land from that moment. This whole concept, what's Vayeshev? What is Yaakov settling? He's trying to conquer the land while learning Torah. How do we know that learning Torah itself would conquer the land? From Chizkiyahu HaMelech. Chizkiyahu HaMelech was a king that put a sword in the Bet Midrash, and he said, anybody who goes out of learning from the Bet Midrash, I will kill with this sword. That was the king in the time of Chizkiyahu. He was the fifth generation of David HaMelech, and he was so successful that his country, that moment, he was surrounded by, according to Zohar, 2.7 billion soldiers. That was the war. That's the second war, the largest war, that they only came to conquer the land with 185,000 princesses, kings' sons. And each son, obviously, goes to war less than 1 million soldiers. We're not talking about little generals. We're talking about... So 185,000, the Gemara says, 185,000 princesses of the world came with 1 million soldiers each. There was a calculation of 2.7 billion soldiers came, that only if they spat, the Gemara says, they would drown Israel. The land would drown. But Chizkiyahu HaMelech did not lift the sword, and he said, we're learning Torah. And more than that, when did Hashem kill them all? Overnight, Hashem killed the entire army. How? That he says to Hashem, I'm going to sleep. We learn Torah all day. We're tired. We need to sleep and go tomorrow morning to learn again. And imagine yourself, the whole land of Israel was relaxing, went to sleep. No soldiers, no guards, nothing. Everybody went to sleep because tomorrow we have to go to learn Torah. They didn't have military standing guard. All you have to do is just, come in through the door, right? Nothing. They all went to sleep, wake up in the morning, everybody's dead. The whole Israel was surrounded. And here you see that the Limud of Torah was so important in Hashem's eyes. Chizkiyahu HaMelech says, if you learn Torah properly, even though it was with a sword, Shelo Lishma Balishma, it doesn't matter, but they were all in that level of learning the Torah, and that itself would conquer us the land. But Yaakov Avinu failed in that he didn't teach his children properly, meaning properly, according to the level.
Made a difference.
That made a difference.
No,
Hashem threw out. Hashem took out.
There was no Torah yet.
That's not true. Okay, Torah is Adam Rishon get the Torah. The only difference is in the Har Sinai, asking a beautiful question. What's the difference? If Torah says clearly that Adam Rishon was given the Torah, it's not a Shaila. The question is now, so what did we get on Har Sinai? In Har Sinai, we got the control of the world. Meaning, we had a Torah, but now the Jewish rabbis in Torah, Limud Torah, now we control the world. Meaning, we control nature, we control anything we want. That's why rabbis have a right to change anything they want. Hashem, Tzadik Gozer, Hashem Mekayem. That's what happened in the time of Har Sinai. That's all. But anyway, that's a little thing. Yes. Baruch Hashem. Now, let's see. We're going to go inside Halachot Shabbat. What? One second. What do you want to say, Zohar?
Also, just a quick thing. One of the Lubavitcher books, it said that the reason, if this would happen with Yosef, after the Torah was given, Yosef would not go to put his life at risk. And his father said, "Go make peace with your brother." If he knew, because then it would be pikuach nefesh. If he knew,
The Lubavitcher Rebbe, who said this?
it wasn't Lubavitcher.
Who's it?
I forgot.
Somebody who was going against Rashi. So obviously, he's going. Probably person forgot the Rashi that he didn't know it properly, because the Rashi says clearly under the place that
No,
even
he said he did it for kibud avayim. He did it for kibud avayim.
that's right. So it's against this person.
No, he says it. He says Yosef did it for kibud avayim.
But you're saying had the Torah been given, he would not listen to that.
If a person knows he's going to put himself in pikuach nefesh,
Yeah,
he can
wouldn't
go
do.
against.
One
kibud
second,
avayim.
but that's against Rashi. Rashi just said clearly that even though Yosef Tzaddik knew that the brothers hate him and they want to kill him, still he went.
For kibud avayim.
Meaning he would. What's the difference when the Torah came to us? You understand?
No,
Not because kibbud avayim, obviously kibbud avayim, but again he has to fulfill the wish.
For children.
But 1 second. So what's the halacha? So, but if you know the Torah, if the Torah was given, then he has patur with kibbud avayim. I don't understand what you're saying.
No, but if the
Again,
it
okay,
says if a parent
it's not
tells you
you.
to break Shabbat, or if if a parent tells you to put
Yeah,
your life at risk, you
Right.
don't do it.
Okay, so,
Because pikuach
you're
nefesh.
you're saying that even though he knew the Torah that says asur, so I don't understand what's the difference if I got the Torah or I didn't get the Torah. For Yosef Tzaddik, he knew it's asur to put yourself in danger, and he still went. So what's the difference to me when the Torah was gotten, if the Torah before him or before Yosef went or after Yosef went? It's not
That's a good question.
no, it's not a good question because the person probably skipped Rashi. Anyway, that's the problem. This is the biggest problem that I have with people. Nobody wants to learn the pshat. Everybody wants drashim. Everybody wants romantic pirushim. I don't understand people. Why don't I try to get myself to be hired to give drashot publicly to pay me. No, people will not pay me a penny. Why? Because Rabbi, you don't talk romantic. We want to hear romantic stories. Do me a favor. Okay, let's go. But you want me to go against to make money? I should go against Torah to start talking romantic. Let's go. Read for us.
מה זה מה אסור לפני בערב שבת אסור
Read it out loud. Okay, Zohar, read it please. Bet. I don't know. This guy is playing the games. אסור לקבוע.
אסור לקבוע בערב שבת סעודה ומשתה שאינו רגיל בימי החול.
So he says it's prohibited. So now we have a. I was always wondering. I don't remember hearing it's asur. Now he's telling us clearly it's asur. That anything that it's not a meal that is not regular during the week, which means it's out of ordinary. Every day you have a wedding in your meal? No. So he says everything that's out of ordinary on the regular day, that cannot be done on Shabbat. Meaning, let's see.
ואפילו היא סעודה
אירוסין. So now, even what? Seudat Erusin. Now the question is going to be engagement party. Engagement meal. 1 second. 1 second. בערב שבת.
ערב שבת.
ערב שבת.
אסור לעשות.
That anything that's on Friday that you wouldn't do every regular day,
זה מדבר בצהריים.
on Friday before Shabbat you cannot do. Okay? Like engagement party. You cannot make an engagement party 12 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday.
כי אסור לבוא.
מפני? Why?
מפני בכבוד השבת.
Because of honor of Shabbat,
שייכנס לשבת בשהוא.
כשהוא תאב לאכול. Yeah, when a person entering Shabbat, you should be not רעב.
תאב, רוצה לאכול.
Not רעב. This is a mistake.
מה זה תועבה? מה זה תועבה?
You see that bread over there? You know, last night I was smelling it. After I ate, I had a meal at night.
תאווה לזה, רוצה לאכול אותו.
You want to smell it. It's not. That's right. Ta'aba, not because of
מה זה
hunger.
תאווה? רוצה לקחת את זה.
Not because of hunger. Not because of hunger. Because of.
כי אני רוצה לאכול את זה. יש
You
תאווה לזה.
have to have a desire for food when you go into Shabbat. How are you going to have the desire for food if you didn't have a big meal before? בכל היום.
You know this. מוני, אני eat.
בכל היום. continue.
בכל היום בכלל
האיסור. The entire Friday is asur. You cannot say, okay, let's make it in the next time. Okay? So again, how do we do on Friday Brit Milah? We'll see. Big question.
in the morning.
Again, doesn't matter. He just told you anything that's out of ordinary. A big feast would be asur. So how we allow? We'll see. 1 second.
He said Yom Shishi or he said Erev Shabbat?
Erev Shabbat.
You just said
He just said a whole day. From Netzach Hamas till Shkia.
It's not night time.
You're not allowed to make a big meal. Hold on a
guys
second.
so that mitzvah.
So, good. 1 second. That will be addressed here. Haggah, Rabbi Malkiel, read the Haggah, please.
הגאון מווילנה.
איזה גאון מווילנה? רמה. Haggah.
רמה, כן. סעודה שבזמנה ערב שבת.
בערב שבת. If you have a meal which must be done, Suda, on that event, and it falls down on Friday.
כגון ברית מילה.
Like Brit Milah.
או פדיון הבן.
Or acquiring the Pidyon HaBen, the baby.
מותר, כן נראה לי.
מותר, period. You're allowed. You're allowed to make it on Friday, even out of stamp. That's what it needs to be done.
So if it's not Seudat Mitzvah, you should not be having
Sounds like so far. Let's see.
אירוסין זה לא סעודת מצווה.
Okay, let's see.
מותר.
Yeah, one second. There's איש מצליח, number 2. Number 2, כתב, look at this time, איש מצליח. כתב אור ציון, רב ציון בשאול. דרדינן שעושים פדיון בלילה, when do we do פדיון usually? We do it usually at night. Yes, why? Because it's again, מקדימים. זריזים למקדימים למצוות, right? פדיון, when is the baby 30 days? Not a day, at night. So if the baby turned 30 days at night, so we do pidyon right away. יש לעשות פדיון הבן בליל שישי. You should do it on Friday night. ובלבד שיעברו גם כן כ"ט יום וי"ב שעות. However, it has to be that 29 days exactly passed plus 12 hours. You can't make pidyon haben before you're completely, at least in the most of the 30th day, which is 12 hours and above. Now you're mostly completed 30 day.
כן נראה לי,
וכן המנהג פשוט. Okay, מרגע הלידה, from the time of birth, עיין שם, ובשו"ת היביע אומר, that's what Rabbi Tzion Abba Shaul explains. Okay, so he says, if you want to make a pidyon haben, it has to be done at evening, preferably, but you have to make sure 29 hours from the time of 29 days plus 12 hours and a little bit pass through, so you'll have most of the 30th day. That's when you could complete the pidyon haben with bracha, because before that it's a shayla if you're allowed to make a bracha if you do pidyon, because it's not Rish Limot. Okay? Ayan sham. Ubishut Yabi Omer. However, Yabi Omer says, שאין צריך להמתין אלא יכולים לפדות מיד בליל 31 והרוצה לחוש ולהמתין אין מזניחין אותו. Says, it says like this. Says, yes. The Chazon Ish, Rav Ovadia says no. He actually says you have to go into the evening of the 31st.
So
31st day,
12 hours.
even no. 31st day, even if it's not 30 days yet. How's that possible?
No, you can be 31 and not be 30 days yet.
Yes, you could.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Okay.
You want to hear how?
No, I know you're going to tell me how.
Very simple. So let's say a baby was born 5 minutes before Shkia. Right, so that's day 1 already. 5 minutes in that time.
The extra.
Right. Right.
Amazing.
So that's already there. So there is a calculation how you could come to it. So I guess on the 30th day, from that day, so let's say it was, there is a calculation. So he makes that there is such a way that it will happen that the 30th day comes, which is in the evening, and Rabbi, I don't know. 31, והרוצה לחוש ולהמתין, אין מזניחין אותו. Now, however, Rav Ovadia says that anybody who wants to be more machmir, like Rabbi Tzion Abba Shaul, is not a problem, and if you do it in the morning, it's not a problem also. If you want to wait. Rabbi Tzion Abba Shaul said that it has to be that the evening, the suda that you're making, the mitzvah mitzvah of pidyon haben that you're doing. No. you're asking good question.
למה אני שואל? אני שואל בשביל...
צריך להיות בלילה שאתה עושה את זה אחרי 29 שעות, 29 ימים, פלוס 12 שעות פלוס.
אז הוא כאילו
לא יכול להקדים. לא, הוא אומר לך, זה יום 30. ברגע שעברת חצי יום, כבר זה חרוב שתיים. אוקיי, כן נראה לי...
כן נראה לי, וכן המנהג פשוט. לאכול ולשתות כלי קביעות סעודה.
No, one second. Mutar can, now he's reading. Mutar can li, okay, so he says, if it's a brit milah opinion, the ben is allowed, it's a very simple, says Rama, not a problem, no questions asked, and Musim Mishnah Berurah is not so happy with that language.
Question asked about what?
Huh? There is no questions to ask. The pidyon ben and brit milah could be done on Fridays, not a problem. Okay? Velechol, now continue you.
ולשתות הערות והערות.
No, where are you? No. Velechol velishtot. Don't read that. That's part of the page. בלי קביעות סעודה.
אפילו סעודה שרגיל בה בחול.
Okay, so he says, לאכול ולשתות. If you're eating and drinking, what are you drinking? He doesn't talk about drinking water. He's drinking whiskey. Whiskey.
Wine at the time. I guess.
Liquor. It has to be liquor. Whenever Shulchan Aruch, obviously, there's no question without it. בלי קביעות סעודה. But if you're just, that person is a commenting by him. No, it's commenting by him. He eats lunch usually with the whiskey or with the wine.
אומר בלי קביעות.
But it's not.
שאתה אוכל זה קביעות.
No.
אתה לא אוכל זה בלי קביעות. בא על הדרך.
קביעות סעודה. There's a difference. Okay, קביעות סעודה means.
זה עם פת.
No.
Means what?
קביעות סעודה over here, Mistama is talking about without an event. It's not a party.
לא מה זה קביעות סעודה?
כן.
מתי שאני יושב עם פת זה נקרא
No,
קביעות.
not here. You can't say that.
למה?
Because you're allowed to if you're רגיל. Okay, continue. אפילו סעודה שרגיל בא בחול.
כל היום מותר להתחיל
מן הדין.
מן הדין.
Again, so it's just the halacha. If you regularly eat bagels on Friday, every morning, you can bagels on Friday also. If you're not a person who eats bagels every morning, you're not supposed to start that on Friday. Okay? If you're a person who does that, you could. If not, not. מותר להתחיל מן הדין, הכל נדע, אבל מצווה, continue, just finish up, אבל מצווה,
אבל מצווה להימנע
מלקבוע,
סעודה שנהוג בה בכל 9 שעות מול מעלה.
Yeah, שנהוג. Okay, try to do the hay with the. So he says like this, אבל, it's a
9 שעות לפני, לא לאכול.
Hold on a second. It's not, listen to what he says. It's a appropriate thing. It's a mitzvah. It's a good thing. Over here, it doesn't mean it's a chovah, because he would say it's a sur. But it says it's appropriate not to have your regular 3 o'clock p.m. Suda. Anything that's after 9.5 hours, it's not good. It's appropriate to refrain from that. It's not an obligation. It's good to refrain. So if I have after 9.5 hours of the day, meaning that would mean, let's say 3 p.m. I usually have lunch 3 p.m. So on Friday, I wouldn't do that. It's good for me not to. Let me ask you a question. The person has a meal at 3 p.m. with his dying mother every day. What, are you going to tell him now?
No, you would do it.
On Friday, you will tell him no?
You would do it.
יש לך בעיה פה, זה משפחה.
There is no
בעיה.
There's no baya. There is no baya.
הוא מחג אותה.
Excuse me. No baya at all. He should do it.
עם האוכל,
If he eats with his mother, and that's the only time she eats. Yeah.
שעה 3.
That's the only time she eats. Not his mother, his wife.
Yeah.
יש לך
Sick
בעיה
wife.
פה, זה משפחה.
There is no
No
baya.
baya.
No baya.
We're going to see what the Mishnah say now.
Oh, good.
הגמרא, תראה מה אומר פה גמרא.
I just told you.
שאחד הקדוש ברוך הוא מחג את המשפחה הזה.
I told you that over here it's talking about mitzvah. Over here, if I'm telling you that the only way to survive this person is by eating 3 o'clock at night. We'll talk
במצווה
about
אתה
that.
אומר.
Yeah.
במצווה עם בעיות.
What? אין מצווה. זה לא מצווה.
לא מצווה, יש לך
זה
בעיה.
לא מצווה.
תראה את
זה
הגמרא.
לא מצווה. You want your family to live.
תראה למטה מה אומר שם.
Okay, good. Let's go. Let's go. Good.
שקדוש ברוך הוא מחג את המשפחה הזה.
Rabbi Markel, that's why you're here.
Rabbi, didn't we read this Mazliach?
Oh, איש מצליח, we didn't read there.
Number 1.
מן הדין. אוקיי, כל היום מותר מלהתחיל מן הדין. So if you want to eat, אפילו סעודת שרגיל בה, if you constantly have a meal during the week, you're allowed to do it on Friday also. Don't be so certain, be happy. People don't ask questions, we have problems. Aleph, let's see.
אפשר לקרוא, אני אקרא את זה?
No, ומכל מקום, לעשות כן תמיד יש לאסור מ9 שעות ומעלה. Why is Mishnah Mazliach saying what Shulchan Aruch is saying? I don't understand. שאם לא כן נראה כמזלזל בכבוד שבת. No. איש מצליח is bringing you rabbis who say it's asur.
To eat in the afternoon.
To eat after 9:30.
No,
But Shulchan Aruch says not asur. So Ish Mazliach is going to say yesh le'asor. There is enough room to say it's asur. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
מה אומר שם למטה, תראה איזה מפחיד זה.
If you're gonna have a soda, there's no way you're gonna be hungry for kiddush. No way.
What are you talking about?
Unless the guy goes after the soda for a 2-hour run. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
So let me do that.
Or he works physically during the Friday,
Yeah.
and he's hungry.
Okay. You're right. If he does that, there's no problem.
Technically, you're not supposed to work.
No, the question is not that.
Friday afternoon.
Reb Zohar, all that is important, but the shaila is if we want to have importance of to have a meal with the cheshik, with the desire, right? That's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shulchan Aruch is telling you. Shulchan Aruch knew all your ways. People go to gym, people go fishing, they go swimming, whatever it is, they get hungry. Okay, so let's see. Bet. Let's see. See Kadan Zayin. Asur likboa. You prohibit it. Now over here he's telling you it's asur. See the difference over there? It says eno. It's better not to. But over here he's telling you asur. So there's a difference. Veitak b'Gemara, and it's written down in Gemara and Gittin, Dav, page 38, second side. דהייתה משפחה בירושלים שקבעה סעודתה בערב שבת ונעקרה. Now there was a family in Israel who would make they had a minhag. They had a minhag that they didn't care. They would make if there was an engagement in the family. They would say, you know what, let's do it.
Okay.
Now it's the time, it's a good mitzvah, let's do it.
Okay.
On Friday, and because of that, because they didn't disregard the statement of the... No, that's not what he's saying here.
No.
That's not what he's saying. You don't understand the Gemara.
איתה בגמרא, הייתה משפחה בירושלים שקבעה סעודה.
בערב שבת. איזה סעודה?
בערב שבת.
איזה סעודה? What are we talking about here? Seudat Simcha, which does not need to be done today. Could be done on Thursday night. Could be done on Wednesday, on Sunday. Since it could be done not today, since they did it to Shem Shamayim, they thought, listen, Hashem is going to accept it. And here we see that Hashem, they were punished. They were totally punished. They dissipated. The whole family was destroyed. Okay? Because they thought they did it to Shem Shamayim. They did Lishma, mitzvah, but it was wrong. Hashem didn't accept it. That's what the rabbis say. Okay, that's it. There's nothing more to discuss. That's right. That's right. Of course.
זה לא חד פעמי, זה קבוע היה. הרב ניצים מוצא אומר, היו אוכלים קבוע.
כן.
וחכמים...
זה לא... If Shulchan Aruch, Mishnah Berurah brought it here.
בוא נראה את הגמרא הזאת, אתה עושה בגיטין?
I really don't, not important for me. Because you have to understand, if Mishnah Berurah brought this Gemara here, that means Mishnah Berurah is learning it like I'm learning it. Because listen to what he says here.
Okay.
Listen to לשון שולחן ערוך. אסור לקבוע בערב שבת סעודה או משתה שאינו רגיל בימי החול. What does that mean? The halacha says you're not allowed to make a party out of ordinary that you don't make usually. So this family did not make, you can't tell me that if this family every day at 12 p.m. made a meal like king, like who do we know did that, by the way? Who did that? You know which family did that? No, think again. Shlomo HaMelech had a meal of 60,000 guests every Seudah. So, you want to tell me that family got destroyed? No, you see that didn't happen. What? They got negru? Of course! Of course! It's a busha! The king shouldn't make a meal? Are you crazy? Every meal, it says. It says, of course. Of course. That's the kingdom, that's Malchut.
But we're talking about 12 o'clock?
Yes.
That's Chatzot?
It doesn't matter.
Whenever they ate lunch. Whenever they ate lunch. You know what it is to make a 60,000 people meal? That's right, and he did according to Halakha. And that's right. It's according to Halakha. It's according, no, he's not. He's telling you according to Halakha. He did it according to Halakha. His lunch was probably 12 o'clock. I don't
It
know.
doesn't matter. 12, 2, 3, it doesn't matter. He did it every day.
Every
That's
day.
all matters.
No,
קבוע,
but
קבוע.
good.
I understand the time span.
לא,
I understand.
הוא היה עושה את זה בצהריים כל הזמן קבוע, אין
Yeah,
בעיה.
זהו.
אבל לא לפני שבת.
אוקיי.
שלמה המלך היה צדיק יסוד עולם. הוא לא
Good,
יכול-
good, but we're going off the
הוא לא יכול
tangent.
לעבוד
Again,
בזמן ערוך.
we're going off the tangent. So it's obviously this family is, since Mishnah Berurah brings it down, I'm assuming so far,
תבדוק את זה בזה,
I'm
זה
learning
לא
it the way
שלך.
that Mishnah Berurah is explaining it, that this family did the Sudat Mitzvah on Friday. That was not supposed to be done, not according to Allah.
נדחקו תגיד.
But they had a chance to do it.
Thursday they should have done Thursday
That's
or
what I'm
Shabbos.
saying. That's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
yeah, that's it. And Hashem was not happy.
Ben Ishmael also brings down to have Pachacharit every day.
Oh yeah. If you're normal, I don't eat pachacharit
בבוקר
usually,
אין בעיות.
so I cannot now make a pachacharit on Friday. Soon they're gonna make. I'm gonna lose another 100 pounds. Hopefully. Okay, I'll be.
אילוז אולי
I lost 50 pounds already, Habibi. Chet, okay. Siv katan chet. I still lost 50 pounds for a minute. No, the good thing by me, I'm not growing. You don't understand. Last year, I grew 75 pounds in 10 months. It's like every day I was just growing. I know, Baruch Hashem.
אתה גם גובע, אתה יודע קצת.
Let's stop. Okay. There, see, what? Because I'm losing weight, I'm going to taller? Could be, of course. Okay, Siv katan chet.
No, it straightens out your back.
Yeah. בערב שבת, והוא הדין בערב יום טוב. It doesn't matter, not just Shabbat, also יום טוב, before יום טוב. The יום טוב not mitzvah le'an go l'chabdo, because it's the same thing, it's a mitzvah, you have to make a meal with a desire. Tet, Sudat Erusin. What about even what you're making what? It's a Sudat Erusin. You decided to make a party for engagement. Pirush, what does that mean? אם ארס קודם לכן, אסור לעשות סעודה בערב שבת. If you did engagement, party, remember in olden days, it was not like today. What was in olden days? There were two elements to a wedding. Two elements of marriage in olden days. They did a kiddushin, he gives her a tabat, and then 12 months later, they would get married. Within 12 months, right?
כמה זמן?
So, within 12 months. That was the olden days, because people didn't have
Sometimes
money.
it's even more, 3 years, 5
Because there
years.
was no money. Today, you have to do it in 1 week.
They
That's
used
what
to
I
take the
say.
girls when they were
If you
little.
ask me, Zohar, if you ask me, you're
My
supposed to
son
get
made
married in a
engagement
week.
after 1 month we do marriage.
Baruch Hashem.
I know the same thing.
Okay, but he could have done it in 2 months. It's okay.
No, you should
Or
have
one
done.
week.
Say 1
No,
year.
I say 1 week. Habibi.
1
You
week.
should have done it in 1 week.
1 week.
Okay, yes, that's right. No, that's right. Yeah, less averot between boy and girl. Yeah. What do you want to say?
No, just for the halachot nida. Just for nida, you need some time.
1 week is enough. 1 week is more than enough. What? Mister?
Okay, let's go.
Excuse me. What's halachot nida? He touches her one time, and then the next 2 weeks they have wolf. Go learn then. Okay. What? Once they do the act, the 2 weeks you have to wait anyway.
הוא לומד
What?
כבר, מה הבעיה? לומדים.
Yeah, no, the girl. He's talking about the girl.
מאמן שהוא מוכן, הוא כבר לומד.
No, the girl is a problem.
No,
what?
not if she's
The girl is a problem. If the teacher halachot nida, very careful, of course. Girls start.
אבל לא מלמד את הבית.
You people don't
בגיל
understand. Of
12.
course not. Of course not. You don't understand what the girl is.
The
The
what?
girl is very careful.
The girl.
We have to be more careful with the girl, teaching her about intercourse
for sure.
than boys.
That's when they take classes.
You don't understand? The boys, if a boy doesn't see a girl, he has no desire for her. Don't you understand that? People wake up.
It's true.
The girl is the problem. So if you're telling me a girl is going to be taught about intercourse before marriage, what are you talking about?
מה זה לא הבנתי?
What do you mean? She has to.
No, the nida, not
Before
intercourse.
before
היא לא אכפת
a
לה
girl
כאילו.
should not hear anything.
No, she shouldn't.
If you were talking to me, if anybody asks me,
לא אכפת לה מנידה
I would
כאילו.
be. Girls should not be exposed to anything outside of znut.
I agree 100%.
First of all, girls have a desire for boys and for girls.
לא הבנתי מה מדבר לך.
Okay, זה בסדר. Okay. Girls have a desire to
Desire.
sleep with a boy and with a girl.
In
מה זה
general.
דיזיין?
When
מה זה?
בחורה, a girl sees a בחורה יפה, היא רוצה אותה. לשכב איתה.
עד כדי כך?
עד כדי כך.
It's a desire. It's the word.
That's right.
כלב.
That's right. Worse than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Women are the worst thing away. You have to stay away from that. A woman is the worst thing. The girl, you don't teach her anything about intercourse.
מבחן ראשון.
1 week before engagement,
I'm telling
before
you,
marriage,
he's 100% right.
not even engagement. That's right. People are crazy. They think men close his eyes. That's the problem. That's why.
When you marry, they say, "Oh, leave me alone."
Believe you me. If women would follow Torah halacha properly today, you would have less children in the world. Believe you me. Okay, let's go. There will be less children if women would be careful with znut. והוא הדין בערב יום טוב, אוקיי, סעודה, אירוסין, פירוש, בערב שבת, אוקיי? אם ירס קודם לכן, אסור לעשות הסעודה בערב שבת. So now, if he made engagement, they already decided, they made לחיים Thursday night. So now they want to do Friday morning, a whole feast. אסור, says the rabbi. Not allowed. דאב דסעודת אירוסין היא מצווה מכל מקום, היה לו להקדימה. Even though אירוסין, engagement, is a mitzvah, of course, because we said, so wedding has two stages, אירוסין and נישואין. Erusin is engagement, and then final, take her into her house. That's what the chuppah is. Chuppah is you bring her under your house. Aval imeraz be'erev Shabbat. However, now they decided to do the, finally he's going to give her a kiddushin, to give her the ring on Friday. Listen to this Mishnah Berurah. Mutar la'asot ha'seuda. What Shulchan Aruch is talking about? You're not allowed to make a Friday meal of engagement. If he engaged her last night. Thursday night. In front of two witnesses, he came and says, he gives her the ring.
Has to do that with the family.
That's Friday night.
No
Good.
problem.
So now, Friday morning, he wants to make a meal. Asur.
We know.
But that, Mishnah Berurah says, but if he took two witnesses on Friday morning, and he came to her
He
house
has
with
to
two
go
witnesses,
along with it.
and gives her the ring, says Mishnah Berurah, it's allowed to make a meal.
Because he started on Thursday night.
No,
The
because
witnesses.
the mitzvah is now with the witnesses. He didn't start Thursday. He did the beginning on Friday. And a condition. The marriage, the engagement ring happened on Friday. It's a mitzvah to do Suda, it says.
כן, יפה,
Even Erusin.
אבל למה הוא סותר את עצמו פה? מההתחלה אומר אסור.
Asur is
סעודה לעשות.
so good. Mishnah Berurah explained. You see, beautiful. So now I'm going to take my words back and tell you we didn't learn the Gemara properly. It is talking about specifically where that this family made an engagement on Thursday night, made a l'chaim, and they made an engagement, and the only reason Hashem cursed them is because they made a party on Friday.
I'm a little bit confused now.
You're saying they pushed off the party. They should have done the party Thursday night.
That's right.
They should have done the party
That's
Thursday
right.
night.
That's how Mr. Berurah is learning it. That's how Mr. Berurah is learning that
Instead
situation.
of Friday morning, they should have done everything.
Thursday night. Yeah, that's
What's
right.
that?
מותר לעשות הסעודה. וכיוון, so now let's inside. Why? Listen to
They
this.
got punished because they pushed it off?
Because they made a party not in its time.
Yeah.
And it happened to be on Friday, which is again you're causing people not to be what's his name?
מהבוקר כאילו.
Let's just finish inside. דכיוון דאיסורין שרו בערב שבת משום שלא יקדמנו אחר ממילא שרי הסעודה לזה גם כן. Why is it allowed on Friday to make a meal? Because how is this? You're going to engage a girl without a meal? Without making a feast out of it? What kind of nonsense is this? It's busha. So, since his obligation is to make a meal when he engages her, but why is he engaging her on Friday? Let him come on Motzei Shabbat, Sunday. No. You know what could happen? You know what could happen from now till Shabbos?
A lot.
Maybe he'll slip like Joe Biden. He will become like Joe Biden. He slips on the stairs. And now she's going to say, I'm going to engage this guy. Something might happen that will turn her off. Or she will see a nice Brad Pitt coming in.
Yeah.
Right? Whoop. She's going to get excited by him. זה בעיה. זה בעיה. אז לכן, nobody knows Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
When I was growing up, the girls were dying for this guy, just looking at him. Okay? Okay. And and there are a lot of Jewish boys who look much nicer than this guy. This guy is literally, if I decide, nothing special about it. But the Jewish boys, hatichim, kacha, and those guys coming with the Rolex, $350,000 Rolex. The girl could get excited. So therefore, engage your Friday, make a party, and chalas, be quiet. וחשובה כמו סעודת מילה ופדיון הבן שזמנה קבוע. It's so important, the engagement party is like a ברית המילה. וואו. וכן אם היו הנישואין בערב שבת, מותר לעשות הסעודה גם כן. Therefore it's allowed to make if you're making the kiddushin, make the סעודה, no problem. Saz Ish Mazliach has a whole thing about it. Let's see. We're going to finish with Ish Mazliach, and we'll continue with Hashem tomorrow or Sunday, if you be on time.
Continue.
Okay. Him I'm talking about on time. Number 3. Number 3 Ish Mazliach. ומדברי מרן בבית יוסף, שמשמע שגם אם הרז בערב שבת, according to Shulchan Aruch, it's not like Mishnah Berurah. It says, even if you engage on Friday, אין לעשות סעודה לרוסים בערב שבת, I don't care. Don't make a meal. Who said you're allowed to make a meal? Okay.
Wow, this is...
אלא בליל שבת,
Serious stuff.
you should make it Thursday night. וכל שכן לעניין נישואין. And for sure, no wedding should be done on Friday. Yeah, we'll see. It says also on Friday, you should not be making a wedding. Make it Thursday night. What's your problem? Shots. Again, I tell you what's the problem. Ish Mazliach is talking what? He's talking today's day and age. In all those olden days, you have no choice. 1, 2, 3. Remember, girls were chaptzin, they were kidnappings and everything. Okay. וכן מנהג ירושלים, and this is the custom in ירושלים, כמו שכתב הכף החיים, this was written, וכן פסק בחזון עובדיה, רב עובדיה מכל מקום, כתב שם, הרב עובדיה agrees with כף החיים, and everything, don't do it on Friday, what do you do it on Thursday already, if you're so hastening, do it on Thursday night, why you have to wait till Friday? Good. Maybe she couldn't come, she just arrived. Maybe she was away. I'll give you a million excuses.
The boat.
All right? The boat got stuck. Yeah, the cruise got stuck. Or there was a sickness, the pandemic. ומכל מקום, כתב שם שיש להתיר לעשות שידוכים וכתיבת תנאים בערב שבת. סדר חזון עובדיה, it's not a problem to make conditions or make engagement like a contract, right? The conditions or contracts with obligations between the Chatan and Kala, the father's side, the mother's side. That could be done on Friday. כיוון שאין מרבים בסעודה כל כך כמו באירוסין אין שם. So meaning לחיים. Today we do לחיים, right? What do we do with לחיים? The family comes and they said, finally, they make לחיים. He's going to marry her, she's going to marry him. And by the way, let's discuss engagement, discuss who's going to rent the house, who's going to buy the house. All those things are done right there. So Rav Ovadia, even though it's a meal, but it's not like a big tararam. It's allowed to be done on Friday. Again, every scenario, when we learn the halakha over here, we're trying to figure out, because remember, all of you are going to become rabbis and poskim. There's not a shayla about it. You have to learn, continue. You're all going to become rabbanim and poskim, B'ezrat Hashem, one day, of course. So B'ezrat Hashem, so we could get us tomorrow, we have a scenario. A guy came off the boat, things happen. And we said, here we see the importance of doing kiddushin, engagement. It's not a simple thing. Even in the 3 weeks up to Rosh Chodesh of the 3 weeks of the summer that we have, the suffering for the Beit Mikdash, before Rosh Chodesh you're allowed to even get married because of this reason. Today maybe it's a catch-22. The rabbis forbid. The rabbis don't allow engagement before they do the both at the same time. So, but let's say
forbid before.
Huh?
They forbid before.
No, today the rabbis already say because it's a big problem. The engagement, he gives her engagement, and then later to get married. We do the same thing. We do everything the same way because remember,
let's not wait.
The girls, they could cheat on the man before the marriage. Sure. So to prevent all these problems, the rabbis. But again, everything is and every situation is face value, and every chacham has to do it according to his eyes. Whoever needs to go to make parnasa b'shefa b'nachal b'simcha, ובשלווה without any problem, without any tzarot, only in good health. Shabbat shalom.